My name is Naman Maheshwari. I am a fourth year computer science student at Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology. I wrote my GRE in the third year and my score was 331. I got a 168 in quant, a 163 in verbal and a 5 in AWA. GRE is an exam that is divided into three sections. There's AWA, which is the writing skills, there's a quant section, and there's a verbal section. So, AWA section is the writing skills section. The most important thing here is practice. Also, it is very important to understand the question. You should take some time to understand what the question is trying to say, and only then should you begin to write. Practice is also very important because unless you develop a habit of writing, ideas and phrases won't come to you very easily. It's also important that you're grammatically sound and you use the correct spellings. Do not get carried away by your own emotions and your own beliefs. Sometimes you need to go against your beliefs to use points that are easier to come by. The quant section is the mathematics section. The curriculum here is pretty easy and it is taught to high school kids in India, so it is not a very difficult section. But it is important that you practice questions so that you're familiar with the formulae and the concepts and you're able to recall and apply them very quickly. You should also be able to pick up some tips and tricks on how to solve certain types of questions so that if those questions arise, you don't waste time on proper evaluation of the questions. The verbal section was the one that I found the most challenging. It mainly comprises of two parts. One is the vocabulary part, which involves text completion and sentence equivalence. The other part is the reading comprehension, where you're given a paragraph and then you're asked some questions which you have to give correct answers to. The vocabulary part of verbal section especially, vocabulary is very important. You need to know the words, the exact meanings. Sometimes synonyms tend to have slightly different meanings and they vary in the degree of nuances. The other thing is that sometimes we do not know some meanings of some particular words and we tend to use only the meanings that we know. It is very important that you know each and every meaning of words to be able to correctly place them in their context. Text completion and sentence equivalence sections are vocabulary intensive, so it is very important that you know the meanings of words and you know how synonyms differ from each other in terms of their subtleties and in terms of their nuances. In these questions, you have to give the answers quickly, and there's generally not enough time for you to figure out the context. And also, the sentences are small, so context is also limited. So it is important that you're thorough with your vocabulary and you're quickly able to pick up words. The reading comprehension section involves reading through a paragraph, understanding it, and then answering questions based on it. The biggest problem that I faced here was that I'm a fast reader and I tend to skip on details. I also tend to substitute my own meanings instead of trying to understand what the author is trying to convey. It is very important that you read carefully and you understand what the author is trying to convey instead of using your own interpretations to answer questions. After understanding what the author is trying to say, we were supposed to answer questions within a limited time frame. For answering questions, we were taught several techniques to quickly eliminate answer choices that were incorrect. After elimination, we were left with 2 or 3 answer choices that could be the answers. For eliminating further, we were taught how to find out subtle differences between these answer choices and then pick the answer choice that fit the bill perfectly. My primary source of preparation was MJ Academy. In the classes, we were taught several techniques and we were given tips and tricks on how to answer questions. The trainers also kept us motivated throughout for a high score, and the material that I used mostly comprised of the material that was provided by MJ Academy, which included word lists containing about 2200 words and workbooks. Apart from that, I used the Merriam-Webster dictionary to find meanings of words, and I used to read literature articles on some websites such as AI Daily. When practicing, it is important that you practice with the right material. There's a lot of material available, but through coaching, I was able to identify the material that was of good quality, and also I was able to get to know which areas I should focus on more. I took a lot of tests on testendurer.com, which were very close to what the actual pattern is, so they were very helpful. My advice to those planning to take GRE would be to not take the exam lightly. In my case, I joined coaching so that I could get a systematic preparation schedule, and there was always somebody who would be able to clear my doubts if there arose. Then I would also say that practice is very important. Unless you practice, you won't be able to get into the groove, and you won't be able to understand the pattern that the exam follows. Vocabulary is extremely important. Unless you don't know what the words mean, you won't be able to understand what the question is trying to ask. What I struggled with the most was technical analysis of literature. It is something that I was not used to, so I made sure that I read a lot of technical essays to be able to understand the structure and the terminologies used. Another advice would be to take as many mock tests as possible so that you have practice of the exam, and on the day of the exam you're not surprised by anything. Which were very close to what the actual pattern is, so they were very helpful. Lastly, I would like to wish a very best of luck to all those who want to take GRE. Do not take the exam lightly and do well, score high.
So that's it for this video. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also click on the notification button to get all the notifications for our awesome sauce videos. Please reach out to us if you want to be interviewed, or if you want us to visit your campus for the interviews. We'll make sure we do that. Drop a mail or a text message on all our social media handles, and we'll try to get back to you ASAP. Till then, I hope you enjoy this video. Bye.